Good morning! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm a high school biology teacher and I just got to work. It is 6:54 and my duty starts at 6:55, so I'm just going to drop off my purse and go head to duty. As just a quick run through before I go head to my duty, I stand there from 6:55 to like 7:07 to 8ish whenever the bell rings, and then I head to my class, and that's when my first period will be coming. I have level biology today and they are taking their test, so they're going to review the booklet, they'll take their test, and then they have a project that I'll explain more to y'all later, but that will be my first period, so I'm probably going to check in after that so that I'm not filming when my kids are in the classroom because I have my planning right after first period. So let's go head to duty and I will check in with y'all later. We made it to the end of first hour, so it is now 8:45 and I'm on my planning period, so I have 90-minute class period, so I'm off for that. Oh my gosh, they're so loud today in the hallway. Got 9 minutes off, and then we do some like intervention where they have 30 minutes after this next class to either go to another teacher if they need that help, or they stay in that class. So I didn't write any passes today, so no one's coming to me. So I have another 30 minutes. And then I have my lunch, so I've got 25 minutes after that. All lined up on my red days, which is love, love, love. So today is going to be a long day. Like, I'm already kind of just dreading it because I have so much to do. Like, I'm going... So, but... last hour. Oh, I'm being called. Give me a second. All right, that was ISS calling me about a student in there. I need to go bring his booklet, which has all his notes and stuff like that, and a test review for him to work on. So I'm gonna do that after I finish updating y'all. But basically, I teach level and honors biology. So I have level as my first class of the day, and we're on a A-B block schedule, so I see those students every other day. So I just saw my first period, which is level. They took a test. I gave them like 15-20 minutes to study, then they took the test, and then after that they worked on their ecology project. So this is a very large project for them. It's the equivalent weight as a test, and it is due tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. because the next time I see them on Thursday, they are going to be presenting the project. So I'm actually excited to see what they've made with the ecology research. They had to research like our local community and basically something that's impacting them. So maybe it's an invasive species, or is it a human impact, etc. So that was level, and this student is also supposed to be in my first hour, and that's why they just called from ISS asking if he's supposed to be taking his test. But I need to go give him his test review so he has the chance to study and stuff before taking the test. So I told him to take his test tomorrow. But yes, that was my first class of the day. Hey, sorry, my honors co-teacher came in because this is our common planning for us to figure out our stuff. So in honors today, they are taking a quiz using their old assignments that they've been doing for ecology to prove they did it and they understand the stuff. So they'll take that quiz, and then they're doing symbiotic stations. So we've got like, it's 12 different stations. Sometimes they have to watch a video, sometimes they read and they answer the questions, and that will be honors. And so there'll be like a lot of movement, a little chaotic, but they are taking their test the next class time I see them. So this is just their last little time to review, stuff like that. So I need to set up these stations at some point. Now, the big honker over my head right now is STAAR review is about to start, and I've got about 15 kids or something coming after school to help cut things out. So I need to get completely organized for STAAR review. And it's a lot. Like, oh my gosh, we're doing like 5 days, which is the equivalent of like an entire month when you're on AB block. So it's a lot to organize, and I'll bring y'all along with me while I do that. But first, I'm gonna go run this stuff over to ISS for that student. I just went and filled up my water, and then I did place out the station cards at each of my little groups, and I did have to go extend back to some tables because I don't have 12 groups. So yes, that is done. Now let's go dive into the STAAR stuff. Alrighty, let's talk STAAR review. My district invested in the Think Big training, which is Think Big Learning. I'm sorry. My district invested in Think Big Learning, which is available on TPT and stuff like that too. But my district bought the whole review from them. And so we had a professional development day 2 weeks now where team lead, so me and the honors team lead, went and got to have the lady who created this whole review teach us how to do the lessons and everything. And these are some good lessons. They're good. So they're good for level, they're good for honors. I'm very excited about implementing these. Then the following Thursday, from after getting the original training, my school let my entire biology department, so all of level, honors, mod, all of it, we were able to have subs, and we went to a planning center and we spent the whole day. I taught them the lessons that I learned the week before to the rest of the team, and then we planned which ones we wanted to use. So like we pulled them, we decided we have 4 days with all class periods, 5 days with all of them except for one class period, and then we have 6 days with our red kids because the schedule is wonky with STAAR testing because English is happening in the middle and ours is on April 21st. Wonky schedule. But we figured it all out, and the district gave every single biology teacher one set in color cardstock of all the activities, like this. So I've been going through and organizing. That stack is the same thing as this. So I went and I basically am paper clipping or rubber banding the separate activities and putting them in a baggie. So like day one, we're doing the plants review. So we are doing plant structures and functions race and the plant system interactions response cards. So it's 2 separate activities, but we're doing it on the same day. So it's so I put it in one baggie. Boom. And so I have, for each teacher, we've got day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then this is extra printed copies of some of the things they'll need. So like this is just one set, but sometimes we need more than one set to be able to make groups or partnerships of the stuff. So we've started to make copies on cardstock, and that's in there. And we've got, so this is all of the activities printed on cardstock and laminated. So now we need to get it all cut out for us to use it. So like we have it like this where we cardstocked, it's cut out, but then that needs to be cut out and paper clipped because it's a sorting activity. And then each teacher needs 16 of them. So it is a lot of cutting and organizing of materials. So we have a group of kids that are coming after school today to cut for me because they are getting service hours. But it means I'm gonna be here until 4 o'clock. So I'm going to have kids in my classroom for an hour and a half cutting out all this stuff with me. So I'm excited to have their help because it will be very helpful, to say the least. But it's also like, I am someone who likes to go home at contract hours, and I'm normally home by 3 o'clock. So it's definitely going to be a later evening for me, but that's okay. So that being said, I still have 2 more stacks of the original things to separate and baggie up. I've only done 3 of our teachers so far, and I need to then go organize all of the materials that need to be cut out by the students so they know exactly how I need it cut and organized. So I need to make sure I have enough baggies, stuff like that, and that I'm just mentally, like, I know exactly what to do with every single activity. And some of the activities, like for honors, some of that stuff is just how Level modified it to be able to be handled by a 32 kid level class. Honors is doing some of the activities more how they were originally intended, which just requires a little bit more control of the students. Like, you need to be able to have trust that they will do what they need to do in honors for some of these activities. So we need the single copy that we were given to also be cut out. So now I need to go find which those are and pull them out to be cut as well. So it's just a lot of manipulating of papers, a lot. And I'm going to work through this. I am going to bring one set like this over to our senior campus for the repeater teacher. She doesn't have to like PLC or plan with us because she only has repeater kids and is on main campus instead of 9th grade campus with us. I'm gonna go give her the resources and she has to return them to me at the end of STAAR review so that I keep everything. So let's go walk over there and I'm gonna bring this to her and see if she needs me to explain any of the activities. And I think that's about it. So yes, let's go do that and get some steps in for the day. And I need to like take a chill pill because I'm so like, this starts on Thursday. So like I have today and tomorrow to finish organizing it all. And then I have to make sure my team is ready to start this on Thursday. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of stuff. STAAR review goes hard for biology because we want them to pass, obviously, and we've taught them 10 different units of content, and some of their stuff they haven't heard it since August and September, so we definitely need to review. So I've been yapping a lot. Let's go walk this over to senior campus just to get that out of the way so that when I'm back I can focus and start organizing and such. So yeah, let's go. It's sunny, but it feels good outside. All right, I made it back to my classroom from walking across campus. So chill down for a second. So I dropped that off and I was chit-chatting with my department chair because I'm a chatty Cathy, especially because I want to procrastinate as much stuff as possible. And we were talking about potentially next year, stuff like that, and it looks like right now I'll still be honors and level split, which is good. I get to keep my honors kiddos. So yeah, that is what's going on with me right now. It is now 10:25, which means anyways, now it is Eagle's Nest time, so I've got like 30-ish minutes before I'm gonna go head over to my co-teacher and eat lunch with her. So we are going to erase the board and write the directions for honors so that I get that done now, so that while my kids are in here doing their stations and such, I will be able to work on the STAAR stuff in the background. I may just take a chill pill. You know, I keep saying that. I may actually take like a little break, maybe read my book just to chill out, because walking across campus I was doing team lead stuff, chit-chatting with the department chair about other things than just me. So yes, I may take a second and recuperate myself before starting the tasks I need to do. If you have a magnetic board, these things are the absolute best because I love being able to hang papers and be like, find these, you need this paper. It's so nice for hanging things on the board. Got them from Amazon. Great. My desk is like an absolute wreck right now. All right, the bell is about to ring for the kids to come to my class. I went to the vending machine and got a little treat. Yes, so they are going to take that quiz. They're going to do the stations. And while they're working, I'm gonna be back there dealing with all the STAAR stuff, organizing and everything like that. So this is my 5th period, and then I have 7th period, which is another honors class right after it. So I don't get any more like breaks or time off today. So I'll check in with y'all after school when the kids are coming for service hours for all my cutting stuff. So I'll check in with y'all later. We made it to the end of the day. It's 2:35. I'm going to pick up these stations. A few kids left out calculators, Chromebooks and stuff, so I'm gonna put those away. And I've got a lot of this set up, so I'm gonna flip y'all around and show y'all how I'm prepping. So I have each different activity separated out with a piece of paper with instructions. It is 4:05 and all the kids just left. I got cut off earlier when I was trying to show y'all because they were showing up quick. Like, they got here basically right at the bell. So as I was saying, I basically had each one of my stations set up with a purple piece of paper that said the instructions for how to cut and organize once cut. And this one's done, so I can throw that away. And they did a really good job. We got all of them done except for 2. So basically this station was a lot of cutting, more so than the others. It's, 1 second, someone's knocking. As I was saying, a student forgot to sign out, so that's what that was. This one was a lot of cutting. There are 80 different cards. Each set of 10 is a different color. And there are 12 total bags. So I'm not good at math, but 12 times 80 is the amount of cards we had for this one station. So it makes sense they didn't finish this one, but they got really far. It's just these last few pages that need to be cut and put into the baggies. I may have some of my like honors kids, once they finish their tests tomorrow and stuff, help with this because I need, of course, the one we didn't finish is the one we need this Thursday. So like this is the first activity we are doing. So I need to get this one done ASAP. Next one they didn't finish was this one that had basically 18 little cards, and they had to paperclip them, and then 16 of these little stacks go in a baggie. So they got all but the last like 16 done. That bag's basically done. So they did a really good job, and I did say if they wanted to, they could stay later, get more service hours, but most of them needed to go. And frankly, I want to go home, so I didn't really want to stay past 4 anyways. But that is my day. So that was a lot. That was so much. So we're gonna kind of pack up. Thankfully, tomorrow's a blue day, so like we see our even classes 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 2nd period is when I'm off. So I do not have any kids for the first 90 minutes of tomorrow. So I'll be able to come in and organize all this. And my level team is meeting for like a miniature PLC to get their materials and me explain Thursday / next Tuesday's stuff. So yeah. Oh, I didn't even mention, we have no school Friday or Monday because it's Easter weekend. So we get a 4-day weekend, which is very exciting because our spring break is not connected to our Easter. So it's 2 separate things. We had our spring break like 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. So like it was 2 weeks ago we had our spring break. So yes, that is everything. It is now 4:10. I've been blabbing for a while. So let's pack up and go head home. Jonathan said, let's do pizza tonight, thankfully, so I don't need to go cook because we don't even have food anyways. But yes, let's go wrap it up. All right, I just got in my car. It is now 4:20. We are actually going to go run to Walmart, I think. Yeah, Walmart's, I think, slightly cheaper. And we are going to go buy Peeps for all my students to give out over the next 2 days leading up to the Easter break, just as a little treat for them because they have been so good recently. I was out 2 Thursdays in a row, so I was out for one red day, one blue day, and the sub gave great rankings, review, whatever you want to call it, great notes about all my classes at the end. So I've just been so proud of them and for dealing with me with having to do stuff while they're working. So I've been very grateful for them. So we are going to go get some peeps so I can have them just to pass out, and I'll wear my "You're My Favorite Peep" shirt to this school to give to them. So yes, let's go and get that, and then we're gonna go home. With Easter being this weekend, let's hope they have enough peeps for me for 165 kids. There are so many options. So they have like the fancy flavors, and then they've got traditional in different colors. That one's open. Okay. Sour watermelon, what the heck? Look at the little kebabs, those are cute. I'm buying them for my students to celebrate Easter. We got the goods. We got 18 packs, so that's 180 peeps. The peeps have been acquired. Someone did stop me, make a comment about the fact that I had a ton of peeps. It only ended up costing about $29, which isn't bad considering giving one to at least every single student. I only ended up grabbing 17. I thought I said 18. But then when I was counting, checking out, I only grabbed 17. But that's fine. That's still 170. And I have right under 165 kids. And that's if every single kid shows up in the next 2 days, which I know they're not. So it's fine. We did it. Good morning and happy Wednesday. I was so excited about my pizza last night and getting home to Jonathan that I completely forgot to film an outro. So it is the next day. I am wearing my Teaching My Favorite Peep shirt, and I've got a lot of peeps to be able to hand out today. But as for my lessons and everything like that, it's the exact same as yesterday, and that's why I don't feel like I need to bring y'all along for today as well. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like or a comment to let me know, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.